We're just 2 days away from the start of the new USFL season. Don't forget, last year, Cavante Turpin stole the show. He won MVP for the New Jersey Generals. Then he was signed by Skip's Dallas Cowboys and made the Pro Bowl. Find out who this year's Cavante Turpin will be when the USFL season kicks off Saturday on Fox. Details about Odell Beckham Jr.'s incentives have been reported and are based on receptions, yards, and touchdowns. OBJ can earn up to $1 million in each category, depending on his production, with the million mark being 60 receptions, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, or if he leads the team in any of those categories. According to In Rappaport, OBJ is the healthiest he's been in years after rehabbing from that ACL injury. Shannon, do you see OBJ snagging all of these incentives?
Well, Skip, the first two should be rather easy. 30 catches doesn't seem like much for $250,000. 40 catches for $500,000. 50 catches for $750,000, and $1 million for 60 catches, or if he leads the team in receptions.
Right.
Same thing with receiving yards. 250 yards is not a whole lot of yards. Damn, I should have got his agent. Man, I had 100,000 going to the Pro Bowl, and I wasn't even starting.
There you go. That's a good point. I got it.
Man, this man got $250,000 for 250 yards.
I agree.
I had 100,000 to make the Pro Bowl.
I understand. I got it.
Damn.
Yep.
Whoo-wee. No, I had 10,000 to make the Pro Bowl. Let me take that back. 10,000 to make the Pro Bowl.
Okay.
The receiving touchdowns, $250,000 for 3, 500,000 for 5, 3/4 for 7, $1 million for 9. Now the touchdowns might be a little bit more difficult. Skip, I think the $2 million, at least $2.5 million should be great. Should be pie. To get 60 catches or lead the team in receptions, that doesn't seem like much. 750 yards or 1,000 yards. Now, 1,000 yards might be a tad much.
Yeah.
But 750 for 17 games, Skip, that's like 40 yards a game. He should be able to do that if it's the healthiest he's been in a long time.
Yep.
I think he should have somewhere between 5 and 7 touchdowns. So he should get at least 2.5 of that $3 million.
At least.
So 18 cap out, he should be somewhere around 17 to 17.5.
Okay. Allow me to say about Odell Beckham Jr., he is the shrewdest of operators. I love the choices he continues to make and how he continues to bamboozle the whole league and get stronger and stronger and stronger in his positions with new teams.
Right.
Because if we go back to 2 years ago, all the talk was he was telling people around him, it's between Green Bay and New Orleans. I'm going to go Green Bay or New Orleans, blah, 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 blah. And out of the blue, last second, wait a second, the Rams are interested. And Odell says, this man does not miss a trick. Cooper Kupp is in the midst of putting up numbers we've never seen before.
Historic season.
And he's saying, Odell's saying, maybe I'm not quite what I used to be, but if I go there, am I ever going to get double coverage the way I did for those first years in New York? No. And by the way, I hadn't realized this until lately. I know Mike Sando put this together, that over his first 62 games of his career, I'd lost track of this.
Oh, he
put up the best numbers ever for the first 62 games. For the last 34 games, he's below average as a producer and a performer.
Right.
Why is that? Because he's had so many injuries.
Right. Well, he'll never be what he once was.
Right.
But can he be as good as, say, what he was there with the Rams? The last half, can he be that, Skip? Look at the numbers that he had with the Rams.
Okay, but Baltimore doesn't have Cooper Kupp, obviously, right?
No, well.
Okay, so real quick, before we get back to Baltimore, look at his surgeries. Look what he did. Late with the Giants, was 2014, he tore his hamstring and missed a bunch of games. I'm talking about he tore it bad. And then he fractured his ankle, requiring surgery in 2017.
Right.
Then he tore his groin so bad, he needed surgery to repair it in Cleveland. Then also in Cleveland, this is the third surgery in really 2 years, he tore his ACL.
Correct.
Okay, well, that's career-threatening right off the bat right there. Then also, he had an AC joint injury that didn't require surgery, but he had a shoulder injury.
Right.
And then we turn right around to the Super Bowl, and he had the second ACL on the same knee.
Right.
Well, this is this is, you want to talk about wear and tear? He's been through the mill on this stuff.
Right.
He's had more than his share of surgeries and injuries.
Everything lower body, too.
It is. And he's a receiver. So has he lost just a little bit of his,
sure.
his...
I'm sure he's lost some juice.
Todd Monken talks about his twitch. You know, he's got... Sure he does. He's got maybe as quick a twitch as we've ever seen at that position in his younger days.
Yeah, he's not the
He's
same.
just not that guy. All right. So now I'm looking at incentives, and I'm saying, well, every one of them ends with or leads the team in. Well, could he lead the team in all these categories? So that's all. It won't matter what the numbers are because they're not a throwing football team.
Right.
If in fact Lamar is going to be the quarterback,
I don't believe he's going to have more. I think all things being equal, that's going to be Mark Andrews.
probably. But who went out and celebrated with him at Live on South Beach? The quarterback did.
Right.
The quarterback loves him. I don't blame the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But can he produce at the level he produced for the Giants?
No.
He just cannot.
Those days are long gone.
Okay.
Too many injuries.
Okay, but it's Rashad Bateman, it's Duvernay. All of a sudden, Odell walks in the door, and he is in prime position to be the number one wideout, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Won't Lamar feature him? Won't Lamar look to him as the guy?
Right.
I think he will.
Yeah, but and plus the thing is, Skip, he's not gonna. He doesn't demand the special attention that a Justin Jefferson, that a Jamar Chase, that a Devontae Adams, that a Tyreek.
Well, for that matter, I'm going to say Mark Adams is going to get
Mark Andrews.
Sorry, will get doubled more than Odell will.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm just saying. So he won't require that special attention at this point in time in his career, Skip. He's not a guy that you travel with. They don't say, okay, Xavier Howard, you got him. Okay, Jay Rams, you follow him. Or, okay, Surtain, you got him. Sauce, you got no. He's not that anymore. Whatever side he goes to, the corner's over there, you stay. Whereas before, the guy got frequent flyer miles because they followed him around. They traveled with him.
Right. So just when I thought Odell would be relegated to playing with the guy who loves him, Aaron Rodgers, on his wish list, as a Jet, for a low base of a couple of million maybe with high incentives that will be harder to achieve. But that's what I thought was about to happen.
What if this was a plan? What if this was a well-concocted plan?
It feels like it.
That Aaron Rodgers put that out there.
Oh, well, maybe, yeah.
Because you saw it got a guy job.
It did.
Nathaniel Hackett got a job because I can deliver your Brett Favre. Oh, I love Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah.
He's a guy, blah, blah, blah.
Well, you could be right. Maybe this is all set up. Maybe it was all orchestrated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it worked because when I least expected it, Odell Beckham Jr. got $15 million guaranteed with these are makeable incentives.
Yes.
They are. You know it and I know it because you lived it.
Yes.
Okay.
Skip, 30 catches is only 2 catches a game.
Okay. Can you make all $3 million? I don't know, but it's possible.
He should be able to get $2 million of
Absolutely.
it. So $17 million for 1 year and you're back at the table.
Okay.
If he stays healthy, the big question is, Skip, his health. He says he's healthy. Ian Rappaport reported that he is healthy. Skip, how many times I'm in the best shape of my life? I've never been. Every athlete says that every year they come to camp.
Well, especially one who didn't play football for a whole year.
So I hope you're healthy.
I hope so.
Right.
However healthy you can be, you should be right now.
With that being said, with these low numbers, Skip, he should get $2 million of the $3 million incentives, at least.
Okay. And he's in a great spot with a quarterback who really loves him and will feed him the football.
You know something I don't know? You know something I don't know? Because you keep saying he's in a great spot, the quarterback that he loved, love. He ain't signed.
There's no market for Lamar that I'm aware of. We're about to talk about that. but it feels like there's some collusion operating, unspoken. Maybe there's no smoking gun collusion. Maybe there's no email.
I think the thing is what they've learned is that they don't have to do what Jimmy Haslam did, which is set a market.
Okay.
Hey, whatever it is, if you get it. And Baltimore is probably waiting to see, okay, if you had an agent, you can go say and talk to these teams. Maybe Lamar needs to pick up the phone. Hey, Indy, we're going to talk, like you said, we're going to talk. Or this team, are you interested? What if Baltimore were to come off the 2 firsts and say a first and a third this year and maybe a second or a fourth next year? Okay. Would that be something you'll be amenable to?
Yep.
But you just can't sit there and nobody's talking like DeCosta said, it takes 2 to tango. Well, we're trying to get something done, and then Lamar is like, well, no, I don't want that.
Baltimore is getting away with having called Lamar's bluff.
Yeah.
Because they're just saying, good luck.
Yeah. Go get a deal. Go bring us a deal.
Yeah, bring us a deal, and good luck with that.
Skip, that's like your job. Said, okay, if you can get something better out there, we'll match it.
Yeah.
But we're not just for to turn around and just give you this.
No.
But if you can go get it.
Lamar is still available. Again, off the top, just on the surface, for 2 firsts and whatever you want to give him in the way of a guaranteed deal, he is available.
Correct.
Because Baltimore had the audacity to disrespect him by saying, you're non-exclusive. We're not even going to exclusive tag you. We will let you be available to all comers, and yet we only have to pay you $32 million.
But Skip, I need to make him. I need to make him non-exclusive because I want teams to bid on him and maybe make an offer so we can see. If you make him off limits, hell, I don't know what his value is. I want to see what his value is.
Well, right now it's none.
It's $32 million.
It's $32 million.
And that's what they got on the table.
And again, $32 million is just to anybody else. Else, it sounds like a lot of money.
But not to a starting quarterback.
Not to
a level quarterback like him.
And if you had exclusively tagged him, it goes up to $45 million, but you didn't do that.
Right.
And according to Lamar, and I'm going to have to take it to our bank here, there was a deal on the table for 3 years and $133 that has not been negotiated at all, which is pretty great money, right?
Of course.
Yeah. And you could go back to the table with Baltimore and try to get a shorter-term deal done, but Lamar wants 5. He wants to start at $230 guaranteed, because that's what Deshaun got.
Right. So that was like 44 a year.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe you can get it done, Skip. You go in there and you say, look, Lamar, we got 160. We got 3 years, fully guaranteed 160.
That's a pretty good deal. I think it's a fair deal. I want Lamar to get what he has earned and what he is worth, and also what he will be worth.
Right. Yeah.
And
Skip, 333 per year, fully guaranteed. You're back at the table in 3 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Something unforeseen happen. You still got $160 million coming your way.
Okay, but that young man who's very proud in a great way, he's going to have to swallow a lot of that pride to take that deal, right?
Man, I sure swallow my pride for $160 million.
Okay. But would you if you thought you were worth $230?
Yeah, but Skip, what I think I'm worth and what somebody's willing to pay me.
Okay.
I mean, that's the thing.
Well, at some point, you just have to look in the mirror and say, okay, this is what.
It doesn't seem, Skip, what you and I think of Lamar is clearly teams around the league is not viewing him in the lens that you and I are viewing him.
No. I don't know why not. We're going to discuss that in a minute.
Could be some injury concerns there, too, with his style of play, guys. All right, let's move back to the NBA when we come back. Truly, guys, do you think there are no hard feelings left between Westbrook and KD? Let's discuss. We'll get your thoughts when we come back.